Welcome to Upgrade. I'm your host Frank the Tank, and today we're going to review the Precision 5550. Let's take a look. Touchpad in the front and a full set of keys, but not the 10 keys. So we're going to take a look at this.
There's a useless button right here. You saw that? This button? There's nothing. It doesn't do nothing. This one. Was it a finger reader or fingers? It's a dead button.
Now, one thing that they did change, because it was recommended that they needed the camera on the top instead of the middle. A lot of recommendations were changed on this new model. So it's powered by Intel Core i7 too. Also, I like the little touches here. If you guys can see this, it looks like it's all rubber, all right, base. But it looks like carbon fiber, but with a rubber base. Nice little setup, I like. Let's take a look at the size right next to the vents, okay? First of all, we're going to see a Type-C connection, and this is used to power the machine or to display or to use it for a hub. Now, there is an input for a SD card reader, and then right next to it is the 3.5 jack for audio connections. Underneath, vents, more vents, if you can see it, and it's Precision 5550. Of course, on the other side, we see two Type-C, and of course, we see the lock connection on one end.
Alright, here we go. So, first of all, let's take a look at the battery. Look at the battery. It takes more than 50% of the space almost, you know. Actually less than 40% of the space, I would say, you know. But to remove the battery here, 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 and then you pick up from here. But you also have to remove this right here. And then all this tape. Then remove the screws too. Battery comes out replaceable. Now M.2 is protected here. NVMe, one in here. Then they give you a second slot for a second one here. 16 gigs. We're gonna upgrade to 30. Actually, this is 32 gigs right now to be correct, precise. And of course, same buttons in here. You lift them up. Take them out, put them back, make sure that the copper's not showing. Here it is. GPU, CPU, two NVMe's fit in here for excessive drives, for SSD drives here, an M.2, only 2 sets of memory, fans, copper coated GPU, CPU to remove and replace the thermal paste, removing all these screws that are around, taking the whole part, putting thermal paste if you have to. The only thing I see upgradable is the memory and the M.2 and the battery. That's about it. Speakers. So we're going to remove the M.2 NVMe. So you slide it back that way. No, that way. No? There he goes. Up after. And there it is. And right now, currently, what do we have in there? What is this? No, how many gigs is that?
512.
512, and it's a NVMe. If you see that little slash in the back, like I said, transfer rate's pretty quick. Solid state hard drive. I'm gonna put it back in there. And on the copper, when you remove this copper, be careful, guys, because the thermal tape is on the bottom. You see that? That's part of it to keep it cool. So make sure you guys have the proper, don't touch that, it leaves fingerprints. Nothing happens, it just leaves fingerprints, and it's a little moist too. So want to keep continuing moist so it won't overheat. To let you guys know, so when you put in this back in here, make sure that the copper is not showing up. All right, so you got to go in here. Sorry, one hand. Make sure it's not showing up in there, and don't push all the way down. All you have to do is just make sure it just hangs in there. Now, no pressure, only like that much. All right. All right. You can move it if you want to see it. Put it back. It's a little difficult. Slide it in, and and you don't need to hold it, you just put the screw after. On this one, we don't have a cover for it. I will recommend you, maybe if it's possible, getting one, because they do overheat with the battery and the components in here. But that's about it.